Ashley here. I know it's been a little while. You've all missed me as much as I've missed you, but we are back. Tonight we're having lasagna. It's Thursday, so it's a super busy, crazy, hectic day for us. So what we're actually going to do is make two. What that means is we're going to make dinner for tonight, but we're actually going to freeze a meal too for later on because I have such a busy, crazy life that I need some help in the future. What I've already done is I've cooked my pasta noodles. They are just a box brand, Kroger or Barilla or whatever you want to buy, lasagna noodles. I have here half ground beef, half Italian sausage. And also I've browned it, drained it, and I've added Prego sauce. I mean, nothing fancy. No, I'm sorry. Tonight I did not make homemade pasta sauce, but it's just ground beef, Italian sausage, and a Prego tomato sauce. This is ricotta cheese we're going to be using, mozzarella cheese, and pepperonis. Oh, my secret ingredient, Alfredo sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this one. We're going to take my handy scooper here. If you're a baker like I am, I have this for making cookies. Could not tell you how big this is, maybe an ounce, maybe half an ounce. But I use it for when I bake cookies homemade. I use this to make the perfect size of cookie. We're going to use this to scoop out our ricotta cheese. Nothing fancy. I'm actually going to spread it out. So I use 2 of these dollops. I have this Corningware here. You could use whatever. Like I said, today we're actually making 2 batches. Because it's just me and the kids, all of this would be way too much for one lasagna. It would go to waste. So I'm going to make one and freeze one. What I've done is I put a little ricotta cheese across each of the noodles. I take a little teaspoon here and I just spread it out. Then I actually take some Alfredo sauce. This is something I worked at, paying my way through college. I served and I bartended, and I worked in an Italian restaurant. To this day, my favorite Italian restaurant is Bravo, and this is where I learned to put Alfredo in my lasagna. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Alfredo sauce throughout to give it a little extra juice, sauciness. So we've got the ricotta cheese down, the Alfredo sauce down, and now I'm going to take some pepperonis. This is for the meat lovers out there. You can use salami, you can use pepperoni, whatever you like. I'm just going to lay a couple of these across each of the noodles. They don't have to be perfect. I kind of just asymmetrical, which is not like myself, but I just throw them out there to spread out all the goodness. So lay them out like such. Then I'm going to take some of our meat mixture here. Again, this is ground beef. I use the 80/20. And then Italian sausage. You can buy it the same place that you get the ground beef. Not your sausage rolls that you get for like breakfast sausage. It's totally different. This is actually in the meat department. So it's Italian sausage. You can get mild, you can get spicy, but it's ground just like your ground beef. So I'm just going to add that as well. We're going to continue this throughout. I like to spread as I go to make sure that everything gets nice and covered here. Just so every bite has a little bit of everything. This is my easy version. This is not your grandma's homemade, spend hours on it. This is a quick night, but homemade meal. So we've got our first layer done there. I am going to, on your normal size noodles, for the pan I have right now, it's smaller. So I am actually going to take a full-size noodle, cold water. If your noodles ever stick, use cold water and it will help unstick them. So I'm going to take them, I'm going to cut some of them in half to give me the size I want for my pan. Make sure you drain that excess off. And I'm going to actually crisscross it. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction that I went the time before, just to kind of give it that extra layer. Make sure every bite gets equal amounts of the goodness. Get down in there in that water to spread it out so it doesn't stick to one another. Oops. And I cooked these a little earlier, so I apologize for that. But like I said, it's Thursday, which means it's my crazy, crazy day. I pick up Dallas, and then Emma has gymnastics. Thankfully, her father actually came and got her tonight, so he took her to gymnastics. I didn't have to worry about that. So we got another layer of noodles down. We're going to add our ricotta cheese again, just like we did before. It doesn't have to be pretty, because you don't look on the inside. You look at, while you're making it, you don't look at the inside. So we're just going to slop some of these on there. Spread them out to make sure all the bites have some. Nothing fancy to it. Spread out all the goodness. Dallas is laughing at me.
Someone made a comment.
What?
Someone made a comment.
Who comment? You gotta tell me these things. I can't see the screen.
It's Crystal Ridden-Hour. Sorry if I said.
Your aunt from North Carolina.
Sorry about that. She said, "Can you just come here and make that for me, Lowell?"
Hey, if we need to plan our Myrtle Beach trips again, and we will absolutely make this. It might not hold up to Aunt Shirley's cooking, but I'll try. All right, so we're gonna spread a little bit more of the Alfredo. Again, we're going back with the pepperonis because we're meat eaters in my house. We're just gonna layer this up. Traditionally, I will do 3 layers of each, just to, and that's more than enough for all of us, but, you know, you want to get a little bit of everything in every bite. Just spread them out. Use some of the meat. If people ask questions, just let me know, buddy. So Dallas is finally home. He's been at his dad's for a few days. So my cameraman is back. I know it's been a little while since we've gone live, or even cooked for that matter. I promise I have been cooking, but there's just been a lot going on at home that we've had to take some time away from social media and take care of our families. So, all right, we're going to do our last layer of noodles here. And again, we're going to reverse it. I'm getting it down in that water just to loosen up the noodles so they don't stick together. Well, they are though. We're just gonna go. Taking my knife, we're gonna cut it. Lay those right down. Alright. Now when you're cooking your pasta, no matter what kind of pasta you're cooking, you always want to make sure you salt the water. Like, I mean, I'm talking when you get in the ocean and you taste that sea salt water, that's how salty you want to make the water. And just boil it to, again, I use box lasagna noodles, but I don't honestly think I've ever known anyone to make homemade lasagna noodles. I have made pasta noodles in the past, but not lasagna. So, here we go again, just our cheese. Using my little scooper there, spreading out the ricotta. I used to use cottage cheese, but a lot of people aren't fans of cottage cheese, myself included. I could never eat it plain. My son would eat it right out of the bowl or tub, whatever you call it. Not for me. So I did switch to ricotta. Spread that out nicely. Add just a little bit of our Alfredo sauce. This is just to add that extra moisture. Again, like, I love Italian, but I love it saucy. Like, I want my pasta swimming in sauce. So that's what I do. I add that extra sauce just because. I think I made the noodles go the wrong way, but whatever. No, I didn't. Okay.
Right way.
You can talk to us. It's okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to spread this out again. This is our last layer on this one. This is more than enough. It's just me, Dallas, and Emma, so more than enough for us. We don't need this. We won't even finish this. I'll be eating this for lunch tomorrow probably. But, so, I've got all of that down. I forgot the pepperonis. No problem. I'm just going to add them now. Just throw a couple on top there. What
Nothing.
You can hear him in the background, but he won't speak up, so. All right, we've got the pepperonis down. Now, the mozzarella. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I am just gonna cover this guy with mozzarella. The more, the better. I'm gonna use half the bag essentially, because like I said, we're gonna make one for later. And there you have it, lasagna. Homemade-ish. Outside of the pasta sauce and the pasta noodles themselves. Still gonna be just as good. We're gonna throw this in the oven. No real time or reason, just warm it up and melt that cheese. I'm gonna go 10 minutes. I got it on 400, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my freezer batch. And I'm just using the rest of what I have. This is way more than what I started with on my other pan, but it's what can hold up in the freezer. So I buy these, they're like, I'm guessing they're not my 13s, at the Dollar Tree, 2 for $1. They come with the plastic lids, but I'll show you what we're gonna do with those in a little bit here. So I'm scooping out my ricotta, just like we did before. This would be good if you're going to, if you wanna give a gift to someone, like myself, that's pregnant, or maybe they're having surgery, or you know, there's single moms, again, like myself, that you need the extra help. This is a handy, great gift, something to do, something to help with them. This can be frozen, reheated in the oven, and it's perfect for that quick, easy meal. All right, again with the Alfredo. Italian is, without a doubt, my favorite food. It's a tough battle with all the things I do love because I like to eat. But Italian is probably my favorite. I just love pasta. So this is something quick and simple that everyone usually likes, and it'll feed a crowd really well for a very affordable price. So we're just going to throw some pepperonis down. We'll probably only do 2 layers on this one just because it's so big. So we'll just like double it up on everything else. The length of it, I mean, like it's so much larger. We were only using half noodles before, and this time we're using a full noodle. So I'm gonna spread the meat sauce out. Nothing fancy here. Dallas, I think, answer me if I'm wrong, but I think his favorite is probably Mexican food, or at least tacos. He eat tacos every night if I'd let him.
That's debatable.
Yeah. But it's easy to please kids when it's pasta and meat. So that's what we're going with tonight. Oftentimes I'll also make a salad or some bread to go along with this. Like I mentioned, I cooked my noodles prior to this, so sorry about that, but I had to drive to Louisville to get my kiddo, and I did all the prep work before I left. Working full-time, being a single mom. I actually already mowed the grass today. I cleaned up the boat a little bit today, did the laundry, did some dishes, so this is just another thing to add to the list. But it's actually not that bad. It's quick and simple, easy, delicious, and super affordable. So we're just gonna put the rest of this on there. Like I said, we're not gonna do 3 layers of this just because it's such a large size. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and take my spoon and scoop the rest of this out. I probably made both of these for less than $10. And they will feed us generously. Alright. Spread that out. again, I would always complement everything with a salad or breadsticks, whatever your family prefers. You could even also always do a vegetable. Normally that's what I do for all of my dishes, but not with this one. We're going to go, we have some salad and breadsticks. All right. This is actually just Walmart bringing Alfredo sauce. Yes, I traditionally make homemade Alfredo. When I make chicken Alfredo, I make everything from scratch. I make it, the Alfredo sauce, everything, but today we're in a hurry.
You really do that?
My chicken Alfredo, you've not seen? You're seriously kidding. Yes, I make it from scratch. All right. I'm going to use the last little bit. We're going to get out everything we can. Like I said, I love sauce. So there we go. All right. Drop in
Pepperonis.
There we go. These are our favorite snack in our house too. As you can tell, Emma's already been in them today. So 3 whole pepperonis left there. But it's the extra. Who cares? We're going to dollop this in. This isn't enough either, but it's a larger one. We'll have to get more to add to that, but for all intents and purposes, you get my drift. You see what's on here. Yeah, we need more. We're actually just going to save that till I can finish it off. I've got more stuff in the fridge that I can make the rest of that. But what we would do to finish it, I would take my foil, cover this up completely. It's room temperature now, almost cold actually. And then take this, the lid that it comes with, and cover it. On here, I would write the temperature and how long you cook it. So that way when you know, and especially if you were giving it as a gift, you'd be able to say, hey, 350 degrees, 20 minutes in the oven, boom, dinner's ready. And they would know. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this until I can get the rest of the stuff to get made. But that's the moral of the story. This is a mess. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're just going to throw all this away for now. Let's see, we've got 4 minutes left on the one we have in the oven. Anybody have any questions out there? Again, if you ever want to see a certain meal, definitely let us know. I'm going to put this on a broil because I like that crunchy, crispy, browned cheese. So that's what I'm going to go for right now. I'm going to turn that on for just a minute, let it go for a minute or two. Clean this up. There are so many variations you could do for lasagna. For myself in particular, I love mushrooms. I know that was, you should see his face. I love mushrooms. I would put mushrooms in there. And I would also make my original bolognese with the celery and the carrots and the onions and everything else. But this is something quick and easy. There are tons of variations. A lot of people would be like, what do you mean you're putting pepperonis in that? Actually, that was inspired from one of my dear friends, Christy Jewell. She brought me over a lasagna one day and put pepperonis in it. And I was like, what? This is fantastic. It's Italian, of course. Why not put pepperonis? So I've been doing it ever since. Super easy. You could use canned tomatoes as well or diced fresh tomatoes. Anything really. And Parmesan cheese, provolone cheese, all of that would be delicious. But mozzarella is just super easy and what I have. So that's what we went with. Let's see here. You can't see through there, so no worries. We're going to wait just another minute or two. Dallas, tell us something. Homeschooling is awful, I know. Nothing? Okay. So we've been living the COVID life just like everyone else. It's tough, but you got to do what you got to do. We eat out often, but we try to cook at home as much as possible. What do you got, Bub?
Guinevere Patton. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong.
Genevieve.
Genevieve, sorry. I would never thought to put pepperoni in it.
Yep. Hi, Genevieve. Good to hear from you. Yeah, like I said, one of my girlfriends, she actually lives behind us, but a dear friend of mine, she said pepperoni, or she brought me pepperoni in my lasagna, and it just so delicious, right? And actually, if you buy the Stouffer's Meat Lovers, it has pepperoni in it. So I've always used ground beef and sausage, however, just never tried pepperoni. But like I said, onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, you could be incredibly creative. We have made a white lasagna before. It's not something Dallas eats, so he won't remember. But with chicken and spinach and Alfredo, it was delicious. I actually used fried chicken, like breaded chicken in it. Yeah, it was great. I shared with the neighbor because you won't eat it. But it was absolutely delicious as well. There's so many things you could do with pasta and sauce and cooking it and casserole. And it's simple, so. All right, we're getting enough of a bubble, enough of brown that I can pull it out just to, let y'all go and see the end product here. There you have it, lasagna on a Thursday night. Didn't have much time. I made it in batches and increments. Don't touch that. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. Try the recipe out. If you have something you want to see, let us know. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Nope, not Twitter. Instagram, YouTube. Follow our YouTube channel and subscribe. And then let us know if there's something you want to see. Thanks. Glad to be back. See you all soon.